that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control.
And doing what they're supposed to do on the field and off the field to be better than it was the day before, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think it's just knowing the plays. He's just a lot more confident, being able to have them reps during OTAs, during mini camp. Now during camp, it just come natural to him, so he's a lot more confident out there for sure.
We also had Myles Garrett and Shedeur Sanders seen joking.
Shedeur Sanders is rapidly gaining widespread recognition, and it's not only due to his skill on the field. Judy, whose name is synonymous with greatness, recently came out and commended Shedeur for his extraordinary talent. However, it didn't end there. Judy also used the occasion to gently suggest that Dillon Gabriel improve his off-field presence, giving a subtle hint that Shedeur has also mastered that area. However, more than simply the words are saying a lot, so are actions. The first team. Standout, Myles Garrett, was seen hanging out with Shedeur, laughing together, and displaying a sincere connection that extends well beyond the field. All of this suggests something more significant. Shedeur Sanders is more than simply one of the elite players. With these, he's sinking splendidly. What does signify for his future, though? And why is everyone now paying attention? Furthermore, Shedeur Sanders' ascent is being noticed by more than just the athletes. His presence is also beginning to be taken seriously by the team hierarchy. During Shedeur's repetitions during the most recent training session, head coach Kevin Stefanski and general manager Andrew Barry were seen intently watching him. It also wasn't a casual look. Both were glued to the screen, observing every action, every throw, and every choice he made. You only receive that type of attention when you're beginning to stand out from the crowd. Time isn't being wasted on Shedeur Sanders. He is making the most of every second. He recently stated in an interview that he is not wasting any time and is instead strengthening his grasp of the game. He wants to be more than simply physically prepared for the moment. Additionally, one must be psychologically prepared. Shedeur stated that he wants to be prepared to take advantage of his opportunity when it presents itself. And it's been hard to disregard that thinking.
I'd say just have a deeper level of understanding, because I know whenever I get my opportunity, I gotta maximize it. So that's something you have to change in the mentality standpoint, and the mental standpoint is okay. I just gotta think about what I could do to get better, even if I'm not getting reps in.
Sanders was previously spotted working out on the field alongside Myles Garrett. The same Myles Garrett, who is renowned for his unwavering defense tactics. The two were developing chemistry in addition to gaining more repetitions. Shedeur's ability to relate to the first-team players is demonstrated by instances like these. This went beyond simply improving his skills. It was about developing a relationship with a top defensive player, picking his brain, and demonstrating that he is not only a member of the squad, but is actively contributing to it. Mutual respect exists, and it's obvious that Shedeur's presence is having an impact on this team's top players. Not just his colleagues and the well-known players on the pitch are paying attention, though. Tommy Ree, the offensive coordinator, was seen observing Shedeur intently from the sidelines. Shedeur isn't just following the rules. He is making the most of each rep and demonstrating why everyone is watching him. Even the seasoned pros are in awe of his accuracy, vision, and ability to make plays on the fly. Shedeur is demonstrating that he is more than just another budding talent, whether it is by using his legs to break free from pressure or threading the needle with a precise throw. Every action he takes is a statement. And perhaps all of the NFL scouts in the stadium, including Tommy Ree, are listening. Shedeur is demonstrating to the world why he is a quarterback you cannot afford to ignore with each throw and every choice.
The offensive coordinator sitting there watching in his all-white watching Shedeur Sanders, man, completely dominate. That's all he can do, though. It just take advantage of the opportunities that you are given in regards to in front of you, and then just let the chips fall where they make it.
It was evident from the beginning of training camp that Shedeur Sanders was the main target for head coach Kevin Stefanski. We are now witnessing proof of that faith. Indeed, it's difficult to overlook how Stefanski's attitude changed as the lessons went on. His expression was one of unambiguous delight, as though he were declaring, "I knew this kid had it." Drills and shotter tests were no longer the only focus. The goal was to determine whether he could withstand the pressure of an actual team scenario. And Sanders rose to the occasion when the time came. Not only was his command of the first team's huddle outstanding, but it was also instructive. It's getting increasingly noticeable. Shedeur Sanders is the ideal candidate, according to Stefanski. And the outstanding wide receiver, Judy, has already fully endorsed Shedeur Sanders if there were any questions about his capacity to stand out. OO interviewed Judy on his show, and she did more than simply compliment Sanders. He elevated him to a new plane. Judy believes that Sanders is more than simply another gifted quarterback in his class. He is superior to most in ways that will astound you. Even more amazing is the fact that Sanders draws attention without resorting to ostentatious or theatrical gestures. Rather, he possesses the uncommon ability to dominate the game with deft, well-timed moves that confuse opponents. And then Judy dropped a bombshell. He claimed that when it comes to managing the game's speed, Sanders is even more adept than Denzel Ward. It became evident on the fourth day of training camp that Shedeur Sanders was more than prepared to assume the starting position. The young quarterback didn't take long to remind everyone of his danger. He had vowed to give the field his best. And he did just that, launching 3 incredible touchdowns that sent the audience into a frenzy. However, the numbers weren't the only thing that stood out. That's how he accomplished it. It was evident that this child had the goods from the accuracy of his throws, his composure under duress, and the skill that came through in every play. For instance, consider his toss to Luke Floriana. It wasn't only a pleasant pass. It was a classic illustration of why Shedeur Sanders is authentic. He read the defense, positioned the ball flawlessly, and made a delivery that left the defenders speechless. This practice session wasn't your typical one. It was a declaration. Shedeur Sanders is demonstrating that he is more than just another athlete attempting to succeed in the NFL, as we have witnessed throughout training camp and beyond. He's a force to be reckoned with. His prowess on the field speaks loudly, but it's his mental game, leadership, and ability to connect with teammates that have truly set him apart. From the praise of top players like Judy to the watchful eyes of GM Andrew Berry and head coach Kevin Stefanski, it's evident that Shedeur is not merely participating at camp. He's making a statement. His adjustment in mindset, working on optimizing every rep and focusing on mental preparation, has shown a maturity beyond his years. The argument that he is destined for greatness is only strengthened by the relationships he has formed with coaches and veterans like Myles Garrett. And let's not forget his on-field performance, including those breathtaking touchdowns and pinpoint throws, which are further solidifying his spot as one of the most promising QBs in the game. Shedeur Sanders has merited all of this fame and attention. The NFL is paying attention to the budding star, and the possibilities are endless. Shedeur Sanders is only getting started. What are your thoughts on the ascent of Shedeur Sanders? Is he really prepared to start the work, in your opinion, or is it too soon to tell? To what extent do you believe his leadership style and philosophy will influence the team's future? Is he the genuine deal? Or are we overestimating him, given all the accolades from coaches and players alike? The skill has been demonstrated. But what about the intangibles? His work ethic, his capacity to establish rapport with veterans, and his composure under duress. Please share your opinions in the comments section below.